Quap was able to force him back to base by just blink shadow striking, and he had to TP out. So FN is coming back in the mid lane by getting a free wave from this. But now that Lesh shows up again and FN never went to get the rune, this Lesh will now have an Invis in his bottle. Might want to try to make an aggressive play onto FN at some point. Just some extra harass. He's holding on to the rune for now though, but
yeah, I mean, looking at the levels, Quap is ahead now, despite dying. In terms of the actual net worth, still a little bit behind. So not a lot.
You recovered, which is important.
Yes, for sure. The 50-50 recovery, you gotta love it. That's the most tilting thing in the game, probably.
Oh, save it's in trouble.
Yeah. Swashbuckle will actually miss mostly, but they do have the damage, it looks like. Another cast coming out, but enough space was made for Monkey King to be able to take him out with that fat stick of his.
And he's strong now. He's hit that level 3, he's almost level 4, so probably going to go 2 in Boundless on level 4. And you got to watch out if you're Slark. This hero is very much based on... I think we've talked about this before, right? Like equilibrium heroes, where you want to tank some, but not too much, and you always want to like try to trade in with Essence Shift and gain something and reset and re-go. When you're playing against a hero that has this huge kind of burst that Monkey King does, it's way harder to find that balance in the lane. Like, it will always be difficult for Slark to play aggressively into spell burst lanes, and you've got a Monkey King and an Oracle here. On top of that, there's a level 2 Swashbuckle. The burst is actually pretty serious in this lane. You need to be very careful how you approach.
Is there any opportunity for different, like, how long is this tri lane going to stay intact? As Nyx, looks like he'll get stunned here from the Dark Willow, but no follow-up incoming. Because you have DM and Funnick top just trading away here, both pretty happy overall. Both top of the net worth and back.
I think the most likely thing to happen is that the Quap will rotate bot before Lash. I think that's what they're looking for. FN's actually going back to base now to refill bottles, so I think a TP bot into a 4v3 is a really good move, although they might get Nyx here.
Yeah, he's at half health. Maledict is applied. He can heal up with that Jingu, though. Epileptic Kid is getting very low, and they'll find the trade. Unfortunately, the Slark not able to get the XP for himself, though, as Dark Willow will attempt to get out here, but Roger with the Swashbuckle and Pushka again with the Fortune's End. And that'll be enough. There's TP support here. FN has the Sonic Wave available, will expend it, and ends up getting a double kill as a result. So great rotation, and you basically called it, Syndrin.
And the big play here is that the Leshrac is not mid at the same time. Because if Lesh is mid here, this tower is in trouble. He has level 2 Edict, but Kazani was farming jungle. If he's pressuring the lane instead, this move from FN feels a lot worse. And the Slark TPing mid would be kind of just getting toasted next to the tower by the Lesh. So it works out right for Prodigy in the end there. Yeah, the Slark doesn't get the kill, but at least Quap makes a very needed rotation here. And it's just more natural for her than for the Leshrac to make this move right now. That's why I think it's expected that the Lesh is not part of this play bot. And he should maybe be a little bit less greedy by jungling there. I would have loved to see him lane in this moment, but it's still good.
Yeah. Well, Epileptic Kid did go mid temporarily to get a little bit of XP as Kasani looks like he'll get stunned here into the Bramble as well. Pushka tried to dispel there, but
just barely late.
It's going to be good to go. But yeah, Epileptic Kid went mid and then immediately followed up with Nyx on the Monkey King going mid. So now Epileptic Kid back to bottom.
Yeah.
It's just the musical chairs of lanes.
Yeah, definitely doesn't want to lane against the monkey. But now let's see if Nyx tries something here. They could stun into stun. There's no vision for
back into nothing as Lesh is not there.
They don't want to try it. They're sending Lesh bot to pressure the Slark. I like that too.
Top lane though. Ooh, the spear completely whiffs there. We'll have a Cursed Crown, but I'm actually surprised they didn't just set it up that way. Cursed Crown into the spear.
It's too hard against Void Spirit, right? He has 2 escapes. The Cursed Crown is never.
Did he actually level? Oh, he did level.
He has a point to assimilate. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think. Yeah. I don't think they kill him if they hit anyway. Like this kill is not possible for their 2 heroes right now. He has 1k HP and a raindrop and 15 one charges. He's not gonna die.
Nyx is back in the bot lane. It's almost like a tri lane again at the 9.5 minute mark. We're gonna have some TPs here. It looks like it's just save, so see if they can find Roger. He is in the trees. He's level 4 in the Pango. is juking without knowing he's juking.
This move from FN needs to work. He's spending a lot of time on this.
Oh, the missed pounce and the cast look like they're going to be wasted. Swashbuckle only onto one, and Maledict only onto one, but they'll find the Witch Doctor quite easily. And yeah, that was a little unfortunate on the VPP side.
And their mid tower's dead.
Yeah,
so this time around, the co-op rotation costs. That's why I was like, this has to work. He's spending so much time bot that they're opening up mid. Sonic will be fine for now.
Sonic Wave is available here. Monkey King does not have ult, still level 5 right now. He's gonna get the Mars actually TP'd in, gets the Mars ult off. Darkly who's first to fall though. Nyx in the meantime gets taken out by that Sonic Wave. Kixani is here with his ult activated. Epileptic Kid pops his, attempting to get out of dodge. Will get rooted in place. They will find the Leshrac, a really big kill for VPP. And FN actually lives through that engagement, so a 2 for 2, but definitely in favor of VPP.
Yeah, not bad from them. Taking advantage of the fact that, you know, they have a little bit of a stronger timing right now with Oracle not being level 6 and Pango not being 6 yet. Just when the cores rotate in and you isolate the Leshrac before the save is online, it's such a key kill for them to get the Lesh as well as the Monkey as early as they do in the fight before they start really ramping up. Next time it's going to be a lot harder. The Oracle's going to hit 6 probably, Pango as well. And that's the true test for their lineup. Like, how are you going to execute the fights when your Slark is pretty poorly farmed? Let's be honest, like, he's not even close to a Diffusal Blade at this point.
Still working on some Wraith Bands, although I don't know if he even finishes that, considering he has 900 gold right now.
Yeah, I think he should go, maybe just keep one and go straight for Diffusal. Would be good. Looks like he's just considering the options.
No, he'll be good. Yeah, Funnick doing a really good job in terms of farm. Pretty much tied, as we talked about, with DM on the Mars. So both of them having pretty good games overall. I mean, they're the off lanes, but they have position 1 farm right now. Oh, yeah. Spear will connect onto Roger, and that is going to be more than enough to just chop him down.
It's good. It's a kill. Slog was not involved though, so no permanent agility, and they don't get any objective damage out of it. So it's like, you know, it feels nice to kill an enemy hero like that, but it's a low net worth hero, and you're not getting anything bigger, and you're giving information away. Every time you gank a hero like this with 3 heroes, it shows the enemy team a lot. You always need to consider that you're paying in information every time you get a kill, right? It gives safety to the Leshrac. It gives safety to the Monkey King where they are. They know, okay, these heroes are top, so we can do this much. I just gotta say, man, Kazani is farming so much. They're not really stopping him whatsoever. This is a pretty damn good Leshrac game, I gotta say. So that's a bit concerning. He's not being countered whatsoever.
Yep, has his Yules. We'll be going Kaya next. On the other side, though, FN is still working on his. He's actually just going straight up Orchid as first item. Nothing in between.
I think they've identified that the way they need to play fights in this game is that they need a way to get on top of the backline.
No!
Sometimes
Mars ult used.
Just miss everything.
Yeah. He lived. I mean, Arena doesn't have that long of a cooldown, so it's not the worst thing, but like you were talking about, the resource, you're giving up that information, you're expending a little bit in the cooldown department. You have 3 heroes up there, now you have 4, so they're actually forcing this tier 1 tower push, which is probably the right choice.
If HR wanted to, I think they could defend this tower right now. When there's no Arena and they have all their spells ready, oh no, Leshrac doesn't have TP, then they can't defend. They would need Lesh plus Oracle top. But he has already TP bot to trade for this bot tower. Level 4 Edict, goes really fast. They have to finish off on the thought about the Orchid on Quap. I think if you want to fight into this HR lineup in this game, you need a way of isolating the backline and taking Oracle out of the equation. Because I think the biggest problem is no matter who you go on, your single target burst on Prodigy is not that good. It takes a while to kill a hero. And Oracle will always save the primary target if you can't get on top of him. And the only way you do it is Co-op Orchid or a Dagger on Mars. And it doesn't seem like that's on the menu for him. So.
Yeah, he's still working on, I don't know if he goes straight up pipe, but does have the hood at the current point in time. Arc, as he talked about, working on Diffusal, not super close, but basically a recipe away. And I believe I saw the Monkey King going for a defusal. Yeah, he's also going the same item. I mean, this is a hero that, in terms of the Monkey King, what kind of builds do you like not like to see necessarily, but what builds do you find to be the most beneficial for him in these high-level games?
I think most of the time, the high-value items are Echo Saber and Diffusal Blade in any order. Sometimes you only get one of them. And then on the rare occasion that you need to farm a lot and truly care, you can go Battle Fury. It can definitely work on Monkey King, but I prefer to see him played more tempo style, because he's so strong with his first item when it is a Diffusable or a Saber. And in this game, I don't think he feels...
Taking massive damage here. Sonic Wave is expended as well, just to make sure that he does drop.
Got him.
That was the top net worth for a while, but no longer. Now it is Leshrac. And they're going to actually wrap around here. Epileptic Kid gets the pounce off into the spear. Very nicely done. That is a dead Oracle. See if they continue on. Marzold is up, but not feeling too confident here as Epileptic Kid is a little weak in the HP right now. But this tier 1 tower is in peril. Question is, does HellRaisers want to defend? Roger? Is a yes. They will. Rolling Thunder is going to connect on the Mars. A lot of this damage being applied to the Dark Will off the screen here as the DM is basically taking more damage than anybody else inside his arena. But there's another arena of sorts. That is the Monkey King, dealing massive amounts of damage. So it's a 1-for-0 to start. Looks like Ein is next, and that'll just break things up as VPP have to scurry away.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Dangerous stuff when you have some key cooldowns.
There's a defusal.
Willow didn't have Terrorize, Quap didn't have Sonic, and you stay and push this tower. I feel like that's a too high-risk play where you gotta respect the fact that HellRaisers have insane team fight and they have everything ready, right? Like, if Pango finds any sort of initiation angle there, it's just so easy for them to just run at them with the Leshrac and play around him. Next to your own tower, super strong hero. You need everything to commit for this mid tier 1, I think. Easy to say afterwards, but you know, Prodigy at least have the right idea that they want to play aggressively. I definitely think that is what they should be doing. Oh my god, he dodged them by just standing there. He just quelled the tree and stood there.
That's next level right there. That's pretty nice.
Good stuff.
Well, it looks like VPP want to take this tier 1 tower. Now that Wukong's command is down, I believe that HellRaisers will just give it up now. Yeah, that was an interesting fight, just to go back to it, because the Mars had 3 heroes inside his ult, which means that everybody outside was outnumbered in VPP's favor, but they still weren't able to really do anything. I think they're going to initiate it on and get blown out as a result. K-Sonic takes the defusal, but it's perched off. And VPP will reassess the situation here.
Big item grab by Nyx. He gets his defusal, so 1 for either side now. Yeah, even though I wasn't too big of a fan of how they ran at this mid tower before and got killed 2 heroes, in the end they do just manage to go straight back and get it after. So when you think about it, it wasn't actually that bad. Like, yeah, you sacrifice 2 heroes, but you do end up getting the tower in the end, so... I kind of, on second thought and seeing it again, it's actually not too bad what they did, considering how many spells they forced.
Oh, this would be a giant kill. Epileptic Kid, Pounce will be here. Wukong's command will go off. Not able to dodge a whole lot, and yeah, Nyx will find his way to the grave. I mean, obviously, just bought that defusal, so didn't have a ton of money to spare, but still, definitely a very big kill. We have more fight here. Okay, Sonny gets off a splitter. Witch Doctor will be absolutely deleted. Roger, with the Rolling Thunder comes in, we'll get the Mars, and we'll finish off Dark Will on the side of the map here. So, in essence, a 2-for-1, but I still think VPP takes that trade.
It's okay. They have 2 low net worth supports that died, and they killed the second highest net worth in the enemy team in the Monkey King. You did force a couple of spells. You forced the Monkey King Ring. You forced the Pangolier ulti. It's all right. But you're seeing how big of a threat Leshrac is here. They willingly just ran in 4v5 because they knew Leshrac is in a good position with the Oracle behind. He is a boss with all this protection they have.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Yep, he's looking real good, going for that Bloodstone now. And yeah, he is by far the top net worth. I didn't think he was that far ahead. He surely is. HellRaisers. Queen of Fame gonna get stunned up. Great layering from HellRaisers. They're able to finish him off. Epileptic Kid jumps in but takes more damage than he's able to deal out. As that Pulse Nova just decimates the likes of Slark. He really needs this BKB, which is next on the list.
Yeah, they're obviously going to find an instant D ward here as well, because obviously Queen of Pain knows that. How the hell did they know I was there in my base? How did they jump on me like this? There has to be a ward. So if they trade a ward for a co-op kill, I think that's completely fine. Obviously, high profile kill. Top
really,
net worth
a ward for a hero.
Sometimes that's not worth it. You'd be surprised.
I would not be. I've played many games of Dota, Synderen, at very low levels. And you told me that my death is always as good as DM jumps in with that Mars ult, gets 3 again, and Slark's going to be able to finish off the Oracle. Mars will continue on here, trying to get a second kill as Leshrac will find his way to the grave. So Oracle not able to buy back and TP in to save his Lesh in time. So it ends up being a wasted buyback from a Pushka.
That's the key right there. Getting the Oracle is really key to opening up the fight. As soon as Oracle's dead, they can confidently go on Leshrac and commit. And obviously Nyx was top at the same time on the Monkey King, so they didn't have the threat of the Wukong's command covering the Leshrac's escape. So quick move from VP.Prodigy pays off in a pretty big way, because now if they manage to find Oracle again, he will have a pretty long death timer, and that could open up for potential Roshan or a big invasive play where they take control of the map. Oh no, Willow. Might actually be going to move away.
Command this. Yeah, Willow will find her way to the grave, but a nice cast into a Maledict. And they're able to find a Monkey King, so, and the Void Spirit. HellRaiser, that was very aggressive for just the Dark Willow. Interesting.
Yeah, quick from save to get off the Shadow Realm. It meant everything in that instance. If he doesn't get Shadow Realm off, they kill him instantly and get out. But this way they have to commit for too long. The response comes in quickly from Mars and Slark. And I think Slark with another 2 permanent agility there. Now up to 9 on Epikit. That's actually quite a lot for this stage of the game. And I gotta say, Prodigy are winning me over more and more in this game. I was a big fan of HellRaisers draft. They are still ahead on the gold, but the game plan of the Radiant is starting to come together. If Slark can get this big, he can outlast, eventually, good amounts of this dire damage and start building up in longer fights.
Yeah, he'll have that BKB very, very shortly, a couple hundred away. Actually, I was going to say, Leshrac did have enough to finish Bloodstone, but we'll actually hold off now and go for the BKB. So,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Realizing that he's maybe not as strong as he thought. Do you still go Bloodstone later? Like, what's the point that Bloodstone it's too late?
I don't know if you go it later. I think if you go the BKB route, I would like to see a Hex in this game. Really good against both Slark and Queen. As soon as Dark Pact's expended, Hex can really ruin his fight. Alternative items, Shiva's Guard. Very classic items to buy on Lesh. But yeah, Bloodstone, I don't know. I'm not sure if I like it after. On kind of any hero, really. I don't like it that much when you get it that much later.
How often do you just keep a Kaya without turning it into something?
You could buy Kaya Sanj, for example. You get some static resistance. It's not bad.
Radiant are scanning.
So basically, don't go Bloodstone as one of your first couple items. It's not worth it.
Kaya Yasha is also good on Lesh for the move speed build.
Yeah.
Kaya is just nice on him because he can use all 3 items. I can't think of another hero in the game that likes building Kaya into 3 different items. I don't think there is anyone.
That's actually a good point.
Lesh has options. He is queuing up the Bloodstone again though, so we might just go for that. Pit stop for BKB.
Gets pounced on. There's the Death Ward coming into fruition. Oracle's going to pop his ult on Kasani. Epileptic Kid's the one taking the massive damage here. Still has the Shadow Dance available. Dark Willow is going to be deleted. There's the Mars ult. A nice spear onto the Leshrac. The Slark did die in this engagement. Essence Ring is popped by the Lesh, keeping him very, very tanky and will live through this engagement as a result. The buyback onto the Dark Willow as well, but all she can do is put down the Bramble and run away. So the 3-0 with the buyback, make it 4. And a dieback onto the Dark Willow looks imminent.
And Mars
more Astro Step.
5-0.
And Mars drops as well. So
talk about instant value. Holy shit, that BKB paid off right away. I don't know if Prodigy clicked him before they initiated that fight. If they were aware of the BKB, if they were, I don't really like this initiation. You know the Oracle will cover behind. If you jump him with a stun, they're just going to instantly purge it off with Oracle, and he's going to BKB turn on you. Maybe they wanted to put their own Slark BKB to use, but they're just not favored in that fight. And that's a huge swing. It's really, really good play coming out from HR. I love Roger's choice in that fight on Pango to, Plop's dead.
Yep, Yules into the Split Earth, into a Rolling Thunder. Oh wait, okay, they do have enough.
So in that previous fight, Roger just isolated Willow. He used his Rolling Thunder and spent the entire fight just making Willow useless. And it takes so much control away from the Radiant that Leshrac feels even better just committing. Because his teammates will be able to follow through when they don't get terrorized. And that's why they could just kind of run them down there. Some high-tier play coming out from HellRaisers in that fight. That was really, really good.
It's going to give the influx of gold going the way of HellRaisers, turning into another BKB for Nyx. Well, not implying that he has two, but multiple on HellRaisers now, of course. But we should have mentioned that Slark did have the BKB for that fight. It felt like it did nothing for whatever reason. Obviously, it'll mitigate or completely avoid all damage from Leshrac, but it just felt like he melted them.
And that hurts too.
That's true. Yeah, if you're alone, I guess he was alone in that fight.
Save is going to get caught here, maybe.
Is he? Okay. Definitely. He is. Gets off the shadow room though, and Leshrac is going to dance around his dead body.
Oh, they found Quap as well. This is terrible.
Potentially, Quap getting pulled in. Will blink away to safety. Mars ult is there. That's going to force a BKB from Leshrac.
I think Kazani actually had Yule already and could have reached the Quap, but he was trying to, or hoping he could chain with the stun. If he runs forward, follows into the Quap there, Yules, and then stuns, I think they get that Queen as well. So, we're still going to get the tower though. It could have been even better, but this is still great. Support kill, tower, locked, half control.
Getting to that point where a Roshan would really help solidify their lead here. Especially considering you have a top 3 Aegis carrier in the entire game in the Leshrac.
Leshrac's super good with it, yeah.
Oh, Void Spear. Funnick picks up the Aghanim Scepter, so Dissimulate Resonant Pulse will silence now, and he gets a second charge. Yeah, it's a really good item.
They're really insanely strong right now on HellRaisers.
Yes.
Crazy strong.
They're gonna fight again. Witch Doctor gets stunned, and that means he's done though. Funnick comes in with that Resonant Pulse again. Sonic Wave onto 4 heroes. The Monkey King ult will continue on as Epileptic Kid is just taking right clicks to the back of the head. Forced out his Shadow Dance, and with this, I mean, it's only 1 kill for HellRaisers, but no one is really even low on their side.
Yeah.
Nyx has the okay, he's gonna take an entire wave. I mean, is it too risky to go for Roshan now that your ults are down?
Your lineup's not good at it. But I think that's the biggest problem. It just takes really long. You don't have any minus armor. Your physical damage it's okay, but not great. The disarm from Pango's nice.
Okay, you know what? We've talked about this. Nyx is going for Aghanim Scepter on Monkey King. He'll just solo it. It takes like 10 minutes, but he'll do it. Leshrac in the top lane, gets pinned to a tree, or at half health, has the Bloodstone available. He's going to use first. Mars ult somehow up again. The cooldown on that is actually redonkulous. There's the BKB from Kasani. He's going to do as much damage as he can to the multitude of heroes from HellRaisers, but he's getting chased out. The BKB still remains. Spear will not connect, but here comes the Monkey King. Gets off the stun. DM very, very low as Funnick looks to finish him off. But in the meantime, Slark is getting surrounded here. Epileptic Kid pops the BKB. He's going to have some help in the form of FN. Double kill for Funnick on the other side of the map. Epileptic Kid, again with the Shadow Dance, will live as a result. Shock and more heroes are not dying in this fight, Sindra. People are living with slivers of HP. And that's going to
they got on top of the Leshrac there, and Oracle did not have false promise ready. That's why Prodigy really wanted that fight, and it was a good attempt, but still, just the amount of tankiness coming through now that Kasani has finished this Bloodstone, there was just too much to chew through. He didn't even use the Bloodstone. But look at his raw HP. He has a Bloodstone, 2300 HP, and an Essence Ring. So the amount of damage that you need to do, this is where it gets tricky for Prodigy. You don't have burst, right? Like Sonic Wave is all you've got. It's not gonna kill this guy. You need long fights. But when you take long fights, the enemy team benefits from them too. Like, it's not as simple as, oh, we just need to delay or extend the fight long enough for Slark to get stacks. You're making Monkey King strong with stacks. Leshrac is insanely good at long fights because he deals constant high damage. And something like Avoid Spirit with Aghanims as well, you know, regaining the charges on Resonant Pulse. I actually don't think Prodigy are playing the fights that bad. I just think they're extremely difficult to do.
Would you say the BKBs on... I mean, this is maybe a hard question to answer, but considering the fights are going so long, the BKBs are being used. Once they're over, who has the advantage? Let's say they're even in levels or whatever. Is it HellRaisers with their BKBs are more important, or the side of VPP, or is it about even?
Yeah, it is a hard question to answer because it never really works like that, but let's just imagine that every BKB in the game just gets deleted right now. I think Dire are strongest still, because then Slark can't really fight. He gets eaten alive by Left. This is a super high risk play.
Yes, Monkey King's coming. Oh dear. And they're actually going to abandon Roche. It's at half health right now. They scanned the high ground, and yeah, that'll break things up right there. Epileptic Kid. That's it. Shadow Blade's going to get initiated on. Has the BKB as a result of getting silenced. There comes Funneck with another Astro Step. Double BKB pop on the south side of this Mars ult. As Ein feels like he's just getting pounded every single fight, first and foremost. Not able to really get up any high-level ults here. So they find the one kill. The chase continues. And it looks like Slark is completely surrounded. 70 seconds on the deck.
You see in this fight, Prodigy go in, they use 2 BKBs, they use Quap Slark BKB and Mars Arena, and they didn't get a hero in the enemy team below 80% HP, I think. Like, as soon as these BKBs are used, if you don't get kills, the fight is over. Your lineup can't realistically transition into getting meaningful kills after BKBs, because your Slark can't go into fights. There's too many problems for him. Leshrac is owning, he's struggling to fight Monkey King, always needs to deal with the disarm of Pango, double silences from Void Spirit. It's just way too many issues. And that's why I love this draft from HR, because I can really see how they plan on taking fights and how they plan on winning control of the map. The lineup just has everything I like in Dota right now. Lots of good team fight, wave clear, stuns, they have a save, they have a frontliner. The only thing they could be a bit better at is taking Roche, but as is apparent in this game, it doesn't really seem to matter very much. Yeah, as long as the enemy team isn't getting it either.
He's at 2/3 health, but they don't care. They got the racks. I still think that was a good attempt from VPP. They realize that they're behind. Like, we talk about this all the time. When you're behind, you need to take risks to try to get back in the game. Otherwise, it's just never going to happen.
Absolutely. I don't, like I said, I don't think they've been playing a bad game. I just think AHR are playing very, very well, and I favor their draft. That's why it might look pretty one-sided here, but honestly, Prodigy played... They were neck and neck with them for a good, like, 20 minutes in this game. And then Leshrac exploded. They were doing great.
Mix gets silenced on the tree. That's not going to add it. Pop his BKB. Mars ult is here, but the Quap is going to die instantly inside of it. Epileptic Kid jumps in with his BKB, but he's getting decimated in the meantime. Jeez, he cannot survive through these fights at all. And now it's a scattered one as Dark Willow finds her way to the grave. And I'm not sure if they can... They could, in theory, go for bottom, but this might be the opening for Roche. Gives them that extra time. No, they were thinking about it. I mean,
they found DM. He's trying to cut the wave.
Oh my.
Well, that's... Yeah, well, doesn't matter.
Continuing to get his silence. There's the root. Monkey King is here. Goodbye, DM. Good attempt to... I mean, I don't think they were even pushing the waves. I don't know how much... Or pushing the lanes to get a barracks. I'm not sure how important that was to push out the waves, but either way, they'll end up getting Roche now, finally.
Yep. Pretty late nowadays in Dota to get the first Roche in at 33, but it's just a natural consequence of both lineups not being good at killing it. But eventually now HR with 3 casualties in the enemy team and the amount of farm they have can get it. You're right, the Monkey King X is what it took. Alright.
Yeah, that's the MVP this game, for sure. Epileptic Kid will be able to TP out safely. I mean, what can they do in these fights? They don't exactly have... I mean, their wombo combo, I don't know if we've seen it once. It's the Arena into Terrorize, into Sonic Wave, into Witch Doctor. Even just the Terrorize into Mars ult. I don't think we've seen that yet.
It's honestly, a lot of it is just credit to HR's
Is under attack.
super good game sense of how to get on top of the Willow. Like, identifying where Willow is, getting Void Spirit or Pango on top of it in every single fight. Willow has just been struggling to do anything in this game. There's always one of these heroes just jumping on top of it. And they both have solutions for Shadow Realm, right? You have the Void Spirit Silence,
Radiant's top
and you
tower
have the
has fallen.
Pangolier ulti, just isolating Willow and not letting her play the game.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Well, this could potentially go to the double fight as here comes the rolling thunder. It's gonna stun and then the silence to follow on the Dark Lily. She's not really able to use the Shadow Realm, the high ability here. Queen of Pain pops the BKB out of getting stunned. DM very, very low. It looks like he will finally go down. And Sonic Wave comes through, not dealing that much damage considering the Essence Ring, like we talked about, onto the left track. And I believe he's ulted from the Oracle as well. Left the kid, pops the BKB inside the Mars ult now. But Mars, it feels like every time he does this, he just dies by himself. Every single time. I'm not sure if that's my imagination or not, but the buybacks will commence, and HellRaisers are looking to finish this game right now, and their push, like we've seen, is quite strong. Splitter will not be there this time around, but you know, even with his Aegis, okay, Sonic can't be killed, it feels like.
He hasn't had to use his Bloodstone yet this game. I think after he got it, he hasn't even activated it yet.
Radiant's top barracks has
I thought he was maybe going to use it during the Oracle in this fight, but he was like, don't need it. And he was right. Man, HellRaisers are playing really good at Dota.
Radiant's
I don't know when this suddenly clicked for them, but I think this is the best. I don't want to use hyperbole, but I think the way HellRaisers play right now is probably the best Dota I've seen out of CIS.
Radiant's
Out of the secondary team next to, you know, when VP is winning majors and stuff. It's the best I've seen out of CIS in a really long time. It's just so many good things they're doing. Right.
That's right. Always might have actually okay now. Just by being alive, he almost kills Epileptic Kid. Gets the Essence Ring off again, and this is going to be the GG. So game one going to HellRaisers in fairly convincing fashion. I mean, the laning stage was fairly even, I'd say. But
Their opponents are not playing VP.Prodigy team that we've both been impressed by. We didn't really like their drafting in their last two games we saw before this one, but in this game they definitely picked to their strengths. They had a clear